Paige. My name is Jacob Makenberg, and I'm the intern leader here at Come and Go. How are you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you?
It's nice to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Did you find our office okay? I know it can be a little confusing finding a small building like this in downtown Des Moines.
Yeah, I'm actually from Des Moines, so I knew where it was, so it was easy to find.
I'm going to go ahead and ask, is it alright if I take notes during the interview?
Yeah.
Alright, don't get distracted. It's just for me to remember.
Okay.
I see you're attending Co. How's that going for you?
It's good. I'm a sophomore now, so I'm looking forward to completing my next 2.5 years.
And you're a communications major?
Yes.
I see. I have a couple friends that went to Co. Heard a lot of stories about fun. First off, I'd like to know, how'd you hear about the internship?
I actually worked with career services at Co. To look for a job, and I found the internship online on Career Builder.
Well, during the I don't know how much you've read about the internship, but during it you'll be responsible for creating a charitable event and actually putting that program into effect. You'll often be working in close collaboration with the Director of Communications, so you'll be able to follow him a little bit. And there will be times where you have to present your findings to a board of CEO. Do you think you can handle this large responsibility?
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience working on projects at Co, especially in the communications field, so I know how to communicate with people, and I know also how to work by myself, so either way I'm good with that, and I also feel that I have strong public speaking skills because of my classes, so I think I will be very good for that.
In your cover letter you mentioned you were a secretary / greeter. Can you touch on that a little bit, explain what you do there?
Yeah, I work in an office at Co as basically the secretary. We match tutors and tutees, so I get a lot of students in there who need either a tutor or want to be a tutee, and I find out, I help them fill out paperwork, and then I match the paperwork and call them and follow up with them, and then also I communicate with the staff to see if they need to talk with students or whatever. I do a lot of communication between students and staff.
While you've been a secretary, can you tell me about a time where maybe the lines of communication have become a bit tangled and how it is you went about untangling them and making everything clear again?
Yeah, one time there was a group of people that came in. It seemed like they just all rushed in over the lunch hour, and I was the only one out behind the counter, and I got a phone call from a student too that I had to take care of. So and the student on the phone was talking about something that I hadn't heard about yet, so I had to go ask my manager, and she thought it was a different student, so she told me something else. So when I went back to him, it wasn't what he had told me, so I was really confused, and so I had to put him on hold again, go get Teresa, have her handle the people in line, and then figure out his situation. But we got it all worked out, and it was fine.
Wow, quite a situation.
Yeah.
It sounds like you were able to work through that just by staying calm and taking the necessary steps.
Yep, I stayed calm and figured out what the best thing was to do.
It's a very good asset. In the internship, you'll be required to work with a lot of charitable events. Have you worked with any charities previously?
Yeah, I worked a lot with charities in middle school and high school with my church. I've done a couple at Co, but mostly through my church.
Is there a time that you can think of where maybe you helped the charity become more efficient, or why the charity was glad you were there?
Yeah, one in particular was in high school when I went to Kansas City with my church group, and our main focus was to help out elderly people with their yard work. So one of the places we went was to this older woman's house, and her yard was an absolute mess. And so I kind of took over along with a couple other people to figure out who was doing what, and to make sure everybody was doing their job, and so we could get it done as fast as we could. And in the most effective,
So
do the best job.
It sounds like you're very organized and you have things going on.
Yeah.
So what computer skills do you find yourself most fluent with?
you fill out?
We're gonna have
I'm
to edit
sorry.
this.
I'm sorry.
You have a lot going. Really? Where did that come
I'm
from?
sorry. I was.
During the internship, you'll be working under a lot of different deadlines. There's some deadlines that'll be tight, where you have to get things done ASAP, and then there's some deadlines where you can just have a project going on in the background, you know. When it gets done, it gets done. Is there one of these that you prefer over the other?
I can work well either way. I work well under pressure when there is a deadline, but I do work well when there's no deadline because I can set a deadline for myself to make sure I get things done.
That's good to hear. Can you tell me about what computer programs you find yourself most fluent in?
I am fluent in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel just from different classes I've taken. And then also, I took a digital art class, and we worked a lot with Photoshop, so I'm fluent in that.
As you can imagine, or as you know, I've been interviewing a lot of different people for this internship. Make my job easy. Why should I pick you?
You should pick me because I have great communication skills. I know how to communicate with people under pressure. If there's a bad member, I've had experience with that. And then also I know how to work by myself, and I can motivate myself to get something done and do it to my best ability. And I know how to, I'm actually an art minor, so I feel like my visual skills would be a really good asset to the job.
I'm assuming you've been to a come and go store. Can you tell me about maybe an experience you had there, or describe your experiences?
Yeah, I actually would prefer Come and Go over any other gas station, just because the people there seem to be really happy and welcoming, and also the prices are a lot lower than other gas stations, which I think is really important. It just seems like a customer-friendly atmosphere, and I really enjoy that.
Can you tell me how you think you would fit in with the Come and Go company, or why it is you like the company so much?
I think I would fit in because of the customer-friendly atmosphere. I'm all about making people feel comfortable and doing the best I can to help someone out. So I think I would be valuable in that respect.
That's all the questions I have for you today. Are there anything you'd like to ask me?
Yeah, actually, I was wondering if I were to get this position, would there be any training I would have to go through?
We don't require you to have previous training. What you have already is fine. But during the intern, you'll follow, like I said earlier, you'll follow closely with the director of communications, and you'll shadow him. So he'll kind of give you the insight on how maybe the inside world of charitable workings is done.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Yeah. What would you say the hardest part of this position would be?
In the internship, you're going to be responsible for finding your own places to donate the money and coming up with your own fundraisers. The hardest part is going to be deciding where you want to donate the money and why on Come and Go's behalf, because you're doing it for Come and Go. It's not your name, it's Come and Go's name on this. And during that, like I said, you're going to have to present it to a board of CEOs, and what we found is most people find this to be very intimidating, so that's a pretty big part of it.
Okay. That's all I have for questions.
All right, Paige, well, it was nice meeting you today. I hope